Check, check, check. Almost there, my baby, you just about to go down that dude. Y'all listen to Fear? Like punk rock? Y'all just like metal? That's cool. We're kind of a metal band. We've been a band, actually in about 6 months at the end of this year, it'll be 20 years. So, a lot of shit has changed in hardcore in that time. We used to come up here to the band, there was maybe a tenth as many people over here now. So to see a turnout like this, on a day like this where it is a lot of local bands playing, y'all are coming out and supporting your shit, that is fucking incredible. Even more important than that to me is seeing a lot of the same faces that we would see 15, 17 years ago when we first started coming out to shows. That's a very important part of your scene is your old heads, the people who are showing you the way. So make sure you give it up to those guys when you see them around. Thank that person who's putting all this shit together. Way to keep it moving. It's another fast one. This one's a little bit older. Thanks very much. Hey, the Sharks play right down the street, right? But they're not playing right now, right? Because it's the playoffs. Listen, I was out in a Sharks Kings game in 2011, a playoff game. The Kings were up 4-0. You know how much shit we were talking? And then the Sharks came back and tied that shit and won it in overtime. We got to play outside, and we were so fucking pissed off. Yeah. That's all right. He said it, yeah. 275. Now listen, I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm just saying it's a rivalry. It's a big rivalry, so I gotta take my chances while I can. You know, ruffle the feathers a little bit. Y'all got celebrated though. It'll be good. Yeah, you know. It will be 31st next year instead of 32nd. Alright, maybe I am talking shit now.
Ow! Keep going!
Alright, we are going to keep going. This is an old one. We wrote this probably 18, 17 years ago, something like that. This one's called Ice Cold. You know this one, help me the fuck out. That's what's up. Thanks very much. You know, like I said before, a lot of things have changed in hardcore since we got into it and we started this band. The one thing that I think is important stays the same when other trends change or whatever. If you're in a band, you make music that you want to listen to. You don't make music for what you think other people want to listen to. The trends like, oh, this band is cool, we want to sound like that. No, man, you gotta have all your influences. And the more diverse those influences are, the better. Like I said before, we grew up on a lot of punk rock shit, we like a lot of metal shit, so we kind of mix all that up. Y'all can listen to fucking whatever you want. You listen to classic rock, hip hop, all that shit. You come in here, you make whatever fucking songs you want to hear playing. Alright? That's how it works. You do it for yourself, for nobody else. That's being hardcore. That's staying true to yourself. We got a couple left, and Tsunami's gonna tear it up on the big stage. Give it up for Tsunami. Who's coming tomorrow? Bunch of other incredible bands playing tomorrow too. Way too many to name. 2 left.
I got 3 in me.
Let's go.